Only an equals greater than Rand Paul slaps Trump in the face. The candidate will win the state and his CIA. Kentucky Governor Rand Paul was a royal pain in knowing Trump what she knew. It's silly at this point. Paul says he will now do whatever it takes to stop the Trump state and CIA candidates. No joke. Kentucky Republican Rand Paul says he will do whatever it takes to prevent President Trump's nominees for the Foreign Secretary and Director of the Central Intelligence Agency. I will do whatever it takes, and this includes a breakdown, to block the nomination of CIA Director Mike Pompeo as Secretary of State, and the nomination of Gina Haspel to lead the CIA. Paul said in an interview with CNN, The Lead with Jake Tabor. I will try to make a point for the American people, Paul said. Paul said he would not block any of the candidates if the majority of senators approved their nominations, but hoped he could do so. Especially on the nomination of Haspel. Paul's own words in an opinion article from Fox News, according to published reports. Gina Haspel, who wants President Trump to become the next CIA director, oversaw the bad CIA black sites in Thailand and directly participated in the destruction of the videos documenting torture there. A former CIA official said that she was one of the architects, designers, executors and managers of the Enhanced Interrogation Techniques program and a true believer in the World War. We are not simply talking about a CIA agent who works on a mill here. Haspel was a person in power and presided over practices that reflected abuse of power. Allowing it to run the CIA will only lead to more mistrust and suspicion of what is going on behind the scenes in the agency. From now on, we must be able to make sure that the CIA director must be a person who refuses to allow in certain ways because he knows they are wrong, not only because they are illegal. Unfortunately, the current director of the CIA, Mike Pompeo, defended such actions in the past. Once he apologized to former Senate Intelligence Committee Chairman Dianne Feinstein, California, for saying that the Commission's report on the use of the CIA was torture. A narcissistic self-purposely contradicts with the duty of Senator Feinstein towards the country. Now, the director of Pompeo is the candidate who will follow Rex Tillerson as our next foreign minister. And I still have the same concerns about Pompeo's appointment when he opposed his candidacy for the CIA last year, especially his continued defense of the NDP. Anti-spyware programs are unconstitutional and the National Security Agency, NSA, more than that, also on CNN. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham said Paul's opposition was making him more ambiguous within the Republican Party. Graham said Pompeo and Haspel were qualified and must be confirmed. Graham Haskell, 61, who is currently deputy director of the CIA, will need to recognize that dumping is not allowed by federal law, Graham said. Fox News insider released Trump's nomination for Pompeo and Haspel. I am proud to name the director of the Central Intelligence Agency, Mike Pompeo, as our new Secretary of State. Mike graduated first in his class at West Point, served with distinction in the U.S. Army, and graduated with honors from Harvard Law School. He went to the service in the U.S. House with a fixed record of working across the corridor. As director of the CIA, Mike has earned praise from members of both parties by strengthening intelligence gathering, modernizing our defense and offensive capabilities, and building close ties with our friends and allies in the international intelligence community. I've known Mike well over the last 14 months and I'm sure he's the right person for the job at this critical juncture. Our program will continue to restore America's standing in the world, strengthen our alliances, confront our adversaries, and seek nuclear disarmament on the Korean Peninsula. Follow his experience in the Army, Congress and as a CIA leader has prepared him well for his new role, and I urge his quick confirmation. Gina Haspel, Deputy Director of the CIA, will be replaced by Director Pompeo and will be the first female director of the CIA, a historic event. Mike and Gina worked together for more than a year and developed a great mutual respect. Finally, I would like to thank Rex Tillerson for his service. Much has been done over the past 14 months, and I wish him and his family all the best. Pompeo's statement: I am deeply grateful to President Trump for permitting me to serve as Director of the Central Intelligence Agency and for this opportunity to serve as Secretary of State. His leadership has made America safer, and I look forward to representing him and the American people to the rest of the world to further America's prosperity. Serving along the great men and women of the CIA, the most dedicated and talented public servants I have encountered, has been one of the great honors of my life. I am proud of the work we have done on behalf of America and know that the agency will continue to thrive under the leadership of Gina Haspel. If confirmed, I look forward to guiding the world's finest diplomatic corps in formulating and implementing the President's foreign policy. In my time as Director of the Central Intelligence Agency, I have worked alongside many remarkable Foreign Service officers and Department of State leaders serving here in the United States and on the very edge of freedom. I know I will learn from them and, as President Trump set out in his State of the Union address, work hard to ensure that our nation will forever be safe and strong and proud and mighty and free. Maybe Paul should switch parties.